Ustad Baba Mazari. However, with the passage of time, not only has the radiance of his enlightened face not faded, but despite the futile attempt of envious and ignorant individuals, the sun of his thoughts and ideas continues to shine brighter every year in the sky of the hopes of our brave people, opening new global horizons. Given the painful and tragic situation of Afghanistan, today more than ever, we need to revisit the justice-centered ideas and realistic plans of Ustad Baba Mazari in order to rescue the country from this human tragedy and political crisis and path to the liberation. Mazari advocated for humanity of the oppressed, equal rights for all ethnicities, freedom for women, tolerance and pluralism for political parties, acceptance of others for intellectuals, the rights for the people to choose their destiny, sincerity for leaders, and peace, democracy, and progress for Afghanistan. We hope that today's ceremony will provide an opportunity to examine and explain his ideas and political plans by respected scholars, intellectuals, human rights activists, and esteemed professors in relation to the current and future needs of our country. To begin, I would like to invite Ali Rizai to begin our program with his Quran recitation. Ali Rizai.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لا أقسم بيوم القيامة ولا أقسم بالنفس اللوامة أيحسب الإنسان أن لن نجمع عظامه بلى قادرين على أن نسوي بنانه بل يريد الإنسان ليفجر أمامه يسأل أيان يوم القيامة بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لا أقسم بيوم القيامة ولا أقسم بالنفس اللوامة أيحسب الإنسان أن لن نجمع عظامه بلى قادرين على أن بل يريد الإنسان ليفجر أمامه يسأل أيان يوم القيامة فإذا برق البصر وخسف القمر وجمع الشمس والقمر يقول الإنسان يومئذ أين المفر فإذا برق البصر وخسف القمر وجمع الشمس والقمر يقول الإنسان يومئذ أين المفر كلا لا وزر إلى ربك يومئذ المستقر ينبأ الإنسان يومئذ بما ينبأ الإنسان يومئذ بما قدم وأخر بل الإنسان على نفسه بصيرة ولو ألقى معاذيره لا تحرك به لسانك لتعجل به لا تحرك به لسانك لتعجل به صدق الله العلي العظيم.
Thank you so much, Ali John, for such a beautiful recitation. Greetings. ما به عنوان ساکنین این شهر به این سرزمین سنتی ملت‌های مختلف از جمله میسیسیکاها، انیشنابی، چیپوا، هایدنوسانی و بندات هست احترام میگذاریم. این یک ادای احترام به سرزمین اجدادی بومیان بود که بنابر سنت زیبا و انسانی کانادا در شروع محافل خوانده می شود. I acknowledge that we are situated on the treaty lands and territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and the Mississauga and Chippewa nations of the Williams Treaty. I also recognize that we are on parts of the traditional territories of the Haudenosaunee and the Huron-Wendat. I would like to take a moment to personalize this land acknowledgement by recognizing my own place in it and to reflect on what our duty is to the indigenous people whose lands we are on. I came here as a refugee from Afghanistan where my people as Hazara ethnic and my religious minority were the victims of colonization and genocide that continues till date. And it's important to recognize the role that refugees and immigrants play too, despite their circumstances, in being settlers in this land, in the sense that we are communities of people who chose to migrate to the new and distant lands and establish permanent residence. We know that immigrants like myself are often the survivors of their own history of colonialism. But the truth is that when we make our homes in Canada, we are repeating the same action and have been for decades. As a refugee in Canada, I recognize my importance of acknowledging the history of this land and the people who continues to be subjected to colonial practices and behaviors. At this point of the program, I would like to invite Alina Mir to present the biography of our martyred leader, Abdulali Mazari. Alina Mir. Please welcome her with the
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Distinguished guests, respected elders, sisters, and brothers. Today, we gather to honor the legacy of Shaheed Baba Abdulali Mazari, a leader who stood for justice, unity, and equality. In times of war and division, he called for peace and fairness for all Afghans, regardless of their ethnicity and backgrounds. His vision was clear: a nation where everyone had equal rights and a voice in their future. As we remember his sacrifice, let us also carry forward his message, standing for justice, unity, and a voice for all of their future. Abdulali Mazari was a highly influential Afghan political leader in the early 1990s, advocating for peace, stability, and equal rights. During the Soviet invasion of the 1980s, he mobilized the Hazara population and played a key role in the resistance. With the Mujahideen's victory and the establishment of the Islamic Republic, Mazari introduced a structure planned to resolve ethnic conflicts by firstly, establishing a federal government based on the geographic, social, and tribal needs. Secondly, ensuring equal political representation for the all ethnic and religious groups. Thirdly, holding free, nationwide, and inclusive elections. And lastly, proposing a UN monitor place to facilitate dialogue among Afghanistan's major ethnic groups such as Pashtuns, Tajiks, Hazaras, and Uzbeks. Baba Mazari strongly emphasized education and culture development, founding Shahid Balkhi University and supporting nearly 10 publications, magazines, and numerous research books. Unlike most Afghan leaders of the time who relied on traditional political figures, tribal chiefs, or religious authorities for governance, Mazari prioritized competence, expertise, and meritocracy over personal connection or ethnic affiliation. An uncommon approach in Afghan politics. While many Mujahideen leaders opposed women's participation in social and political affairs, Baba Mazari was a staunch advocate for women's rights. In several public speeches, he declared, "It is not correct that the men have the rights to participate in elections while women are deprived of these human and Islamic rights." His commitment to gender equality was reflected in the inclusion of more than 12 women in Hizb Wahdat's Central Council, making a pioneering force in promoting female political participation. His early life and education. Abdulali Mazari was born on May 27, 1947 in Nanbai Charkand, Balkh province, into a Hazara farming family. He completed his primary education in his village before serving 2 years in the army. In 1972, he traveled to Iraq, where they examined the country's educational and political landscape. After evaluating the situation, he moved to Iran and pursued religious studies in Qom until 1977. His political activism and resistance. Baba Mazari's first-hand experience of corruption and ethnic discrimination in the Afghan army, deep in his commitment to justice, equality, and political change. His time in Iran during the revolution, along with his travels across the Middle East, further shaped his political experiences. Due to his ties with revolutionary groups, he was imprisoned by Iran's Soviet intelligence and later deported. In 1979, he was a key co-founder of Nasser organization, an armed political group resisting the communist regime. A decade later, in 1889, he co-founded Hizb Wahdat, the unity party of unified Hazara factions and advocate for political representation and federalism. His leadership was defined by his commitment to social justice, education, and women's empowerment. His leadership in the Civil War. With the fall of communist government in 1992, Mazari established his base in West Kabul, a Hazara stronghold, and firmly advocated for equal rights for all Afghan ethnic groups. Despite more than 27 attacks on West Kabul over 2 years, he never compromised on the rights of Hazaras, Uzbeks, and other minorities. He consistently called for unity, warning that exclusion would destabilize the country, and engaged in political dialogues to promote inclusive governance. Baba Mazari's burial and martyrdom. As the Taliban advanced in 1995, Baba Mazari went to Chahar Asyab on March 13 to negotiate with them. However, he was betrayed, captured, tortured, and executed. His body was later found near a crashed helicopter in Ghazni. In an extraordinary display of respect and martyring thousands of his followers. His followers carried his remains on their shoulders for 10 days, through the rash winter until they reached Mazar Sharif on March 27, 1995. Hundreds of thousands attend his funeral, honoring a leader who had become a symbol of resistance, justice, and unity in Afghanistan. And lastly, the quotations of Baba Mazari. In his speech of human rights and ethnic equality in Afghanistan, Baba Mazari emphasized unity and coexistence, stating, "We are all the people of Afghanistan, and we, the Unity Party, do not seek to disregard any race, whether Turkmen, Hazara, Tajik, Pashtun, or others. All should coexist peacefully in this country, with equal citizenship rights and the freedom to shape their own future." He openly criticized past Afghan regimes for political and social injustice, challenging the deep-rooted discrimination that had long marginalized ethnic minorities. As a Hazara leader, his call for equality was met with resistance for those who upheld ethnic and religious supremacy. He firmly said, "We want an end to the system of discrimination and oppression that Afghan people have endured for centuries. We envision a society free from ethnic and religious superiority, where Afghans of all race, colors, and languages can live together in harmony." Baba Mazari was a staunch advocate for a united Afghanistan, rejected any attempts to divide the country. He declared, "Those who seek to divide or separate Afghanistan are traitors." During the 3 years of Hazara resistance in West Kabul, he remained unwavering in his pursuit of justice and equality, stating, "The deprived people should have their basic human rights to live and choose their own destiny." Mazari consistently stressed that war was not the solution, advocating instead of dialogue and negotiation. Through discussion and negotiation, we claim the rights of our people, Hazaras, demand justice and equality, and reject the monopoly of political power. A strong proponent for national solidarity, he warned against ethnic hostility, stating, "The hostility between ethnic groups in Afghanistan Mazari's vision for Afghanistan was one of inclusively and coexistent values that continue to resonate the country's ongoing struggle for peace and equality. Thank you so much for your attention and have a great day.
Thank you so much, Afnajan. Welcome Dr. Sharon, a professor at the University of Toronto and human rights activist, to give his speech, and also welcome our guests. Thank you.
University of Baba Mazari. I'll just give a brief statement as we don't have enough time to give a speech. Today we gather not only to remember Baba Mazari, but to continue the mission he started. He was a leader who fought for justice, equality, and the dignity of all people, especially the oppressed. He envisioned an Afghanistan where no one would be denied education, political participation, or the right to determine their own future. While his dream here in Canada, we live in a country that upholds these very rights. If we truly honor Baba Mazari's legacy, we must seize these opportunities, not just for ourselves, but for our community, for those beyond our community, and for future generations. Baba Mazari knew that knowledge is power. He established university, promoted literacy, supported teachers and university professors, and encouraged the youth to pursue education. Today in Canada, education is open to all, men and women alike. Every Hazara student must strive for excellence, not just for the personal success, but to uplift our entire community. Whether in science, law, medicine, business, or the art, we must aim to be among the best, making our presence known at the highest levels. Success in education is not just about individual achievements. It's about ensuring that the future generation of Hazara become leaders, innovators, and respected voice in the society, making meaningful contribution to humanity. Success is not limited to classroom. It extends to sport fields, arenas, and international competitions. Hazara are known for resilience, discipline, and determination, quality that have already brought success in sports, yet there is still much room to achieve even greater heights. Whether in soccer, taekwondo, swimming, or any competitive field, we must encourage our youth to aim high, excel at national and international level, and proudly represent our community. Baba Mazari fought for an Afghanistan where every ethnic group and every individual had equal rights. Yet today, discrimination, genocide against Hazara, and gender apartheid continue to plague Afghanistan. While we are safe here, we cannot remain silent. We must be the voice of those who are silenced through human rights organizations, social activism, and public awareness efforts. We must speak up, write, engage, and ensure that the world knows what is happening to our people. If we don't advocate for ourselves, no one else will. One of the Baba Mazari's greatest struggle was for political representation, ensuring that every Afghan had a voice. In Afghanistan, we were denied that right, but here in Canada, we have it. Federal, provincial, and municipal elections shape policies that directly impact our lives. Every Hazara must register to vote, join political parties, engage in political discussion, and take an active role in shaping the future. If we truly believe in Baba Mazari's vision, we must go beyond voting. We must participate, join political parties, and even run for office. Our presence at decision-making table is essential. If we remain passive, we waste the very right that Mazari and so many others fought Mazari was almost the only Mujahideen leader in Afghanistan of his era who openly supported women's rights, while most other Mujahideen leaders sought to resist women's rule in the society. He firmly believed that women had the right to vote, receive an education, and actively participate in shaping their own future. Today in Afghanistan, women are enduring one of the most brutal forms of discrimination, perhaps unparalleled in modern history. But in Canada, these rights are not just promises, they are protected by law. It is our duty to support and encourage our daughters, sisters, and wives to pursue education, lead organizations, and play an active role in society. A strong community is one where both men and women rise together, ensuring progress, equality, and dignity for all. Baba Mazari fought for peace and unity among all ethnic groups in Afghanistan, believing that different culture and community should be coexist with respect and equal rights. Here in Canada, we live in multicultural society where diversity is a strength. It is our duty to be champion of harmony and interacting into the society while preserving our values and building meaningful relationship with other communities. Mazari dedicated his life to justice and equality, fighting to ensure that no group was marginalized and no voice silenced. While that struggle continues in Afghanistan, we have the privilege to uphold these ideals here. Strengthening our community doesn't mean isolation. It means active engagement, embracing diversity, and contributing to the nation that has given us opportunities. Respecting plurality within our own community and in the broader society is essential. We may have different views, beliefs, or political opinions, but these differences must never divide us. The strength comes from unity, from supporting one another, and from ensuring that we all rise together. Baba Mazari envisioned peace and coexistence for all Afghans, and here in Canada, we must embody that vision, not just among ourselves, but with all communities. Canada has welcomed us with safety, freedom, and opportunities that many in Afghanistan can only dream of. But a home is more than just a place to live. It is a place we help build. We must continue in every way possible through education, public service, business, the arts, and civil engagement. At the same time, success is not just about individual achievement, it is about uplifting others, strengthening our community and the broader society, and ensuring that we are known for our excellence, hard working, and leadership. Baba Mazari envisioned in Afghanistan where every citizen can live with dignity, equality, and justice. While the future remains out of reach in Afghanistan, here in Canada, we have the opportunity and the responsibility to embody those values. If we don't seize this opportunity, we fail Mazari's vision. Let us work hard, live in harmony, and contribute, not just as people who sought refuge, but as people who help make this country even stronger. Let us commit today to educate ourselves and our children, to engage in sports and make our community visible, to be politically active, vote, and take leadership roles, to advocate for human rights and justice, to empower a woman and support their success, to live in harmony and build a strong relationship with other communities, to give back to Canada and contribute to its progress. This is how we honor Baba Mazari. This is how we ensure that this struggle was not in vain. Let us rise, unite, and prove that the Hazara people are strong, capable, and ready to lead. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon. عرض سلام دارم خدمت شما خواهران و برادران عزیز. درود و سلام بر ارواح طیبه شهدا و عدالت خواهان جهان و همچنین بر روح شهید مزاری و یاران با وفایش. به عنوان کاندید فدرال در حزب NDP که یکی از اضراب مطرح کانادا است و برای حقوق عدالت اجتماعی فعالیت می‌کند، افتخار شرکت در این برنامه دارم. با اجازه شما بزرگان، من سخنرانی کوتاهی را به زبان‌های رسمی کانادا تقدیم حضورتان می‌کنم. Je m'appelle Ali Bahman et je me présente officiellement comme candidat du NPD pour la conscription de Vaughan Woodbridge aux prochaines élections fédérales. Aujourd'hui, je vais parler brièvement de la relation directe entre mon identité maternelle et identité canadienne et canadienne. Today, I will briefly speak about the direct relationship between my parental and adopted Canadian identity. When reflecting on this relationship, one commonality has been at the root of our struggles. In Canada, the indigenous peoples fought hard against the colonial oppression and forced assimilation to be free and equal in dignity and rights. The sacrifices of indigenous people along other marginalized communities became the pillars of Canadian multiculturalism. In Afghanistan too, a man from a marginalized community rose among us to fight for freedom and dignity for all. He was the first leader in Afghanistan who advocated for federal government rooted in multiculturalism. In a society that justice against ethnic minorities, women, and other groups was rampant, he fought for a society where everyone's right and freedom is respected. Brothers and sisters, in Canada, we live in a multicultural society. A society that in many ways Mazari was envisioning for Afghanistan decades ago. My appreciation to the Canadian identity is embedded not only in the reconciliation of the marginalized communities, but also in the sacrifice of my forefathers in Afghanistan. Brothers and sisters, as an NDP candidate and as a Canadian of Afghan heritage, I will never be indifferent to the plights of marginalized communities for recognition and representation. I will fight. I will fight to represent the voices of all minorities and groups, especially those who have suffered and continue to suffer injustice and oppression. Please join our movement. To succeed in this journey, I seek your support in the following key areas. 1. Vote. If you, your families, or friends reside in Vaughan Woodbridge, I kindly ask for your vote in the upcoming election. 2. Permission for lawn signs. If you, your families, or friends reside in Vaughan Woodbridge, please register your interest in placing our lawn signs. 3. Donations. Those of you who don't reside in Vaughan Woodbridge, you can still contribute to our campaign by donating. It is a deductible donation. We have set up our campaign desk in the hall. Our volunteer teams are present to assist with tax-deductible donations, electoral riding map, lawn signs, and volunteer registration. Merci à tous. Thank you so much.
Our last speaker is a distinguished individual who honored us by attending our program today. Brilliant Matthew is a seasoned office manager with a background in office administration, human resources, and computer programming. In December 2024, he was selected as the Conservative Party of Canada candidate for Scarborough Centre, Don Valley East, which is the area we are staying now. Over the last 15 years, he has volunteered with several organizations dedicated to improving the lives of people in need. This includes volunteering at food banks and playing a key role in planning, organizing, and leading charitable events to support struggling families. As a husband and father of 3, Bill values his community and understands the importance of excellent local healthcare and effective public services. Please welcome Bill. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor for me to be here with you. My name is Bellant Matthew. I'm the Member of Parliament candidate here in Scarborough Centre, Don Valley East, to represent our leader, Pierre Poilievre, and the Conservative Party of Canada. I am grateful for this opportunity to join you remembering Abdul Ali Mazari, a leader who dedicated his life to justice, equality, and the rights of the Hazara people. His legacy continues to inspire those who stand against oppression and fight for human dignity. I listened, Mr. Tahir just mentioned about that, his legacy. I'm so inspired about that. I'm going to spend some more time to listen you guys over here, your concerns. Then I can be a precise voice in Ottawa once I am elected. Events like this remind us of the importance of unity, resilience, and standing together for our shared values. Thank you to the organizers for bringing us together, and to all of you for your dedication to keeping his memory alive. It's a privilege to be here with you today. Thank you all.
We have invited representatives of all other political parties in Canada. Minister Honorable Ali Salsi really wanted to attend today's program, but unfortunately something came up and he sent us his regret. So I appreciate everyone's attendance until this part. At this point, we have a very exciting performance by our 2 young girls who will perform a song. Please welcome. Arzujan and Kubrajan were always part of a very important Marifat group, and today they would like to recite a song also about Baba Mazari. Please give us a chance to organize the song. Thank you. عابدی فرهیخته و فعال اجتماعی که تشریف بیارن و صحبتشان را با شما شریک کنم.
سلام و درود و حرمت من حضور همه شما برادران و خواهران عزیز. سپاسگزاری میکنیم از صفات برگزاری این محفل پرشکوهی و یادبود شهید مزاری ازشان تشکر میکنیم. تقریبا 3 دهه قبل از این روز شهید مزاری به خاطر حل بحران و معضله‌های سیاسی کشور ما و به خاطر تأسیس یک نظام سیاسی مردم سالار و قانونمند و به خاطر تحکیم وحدت میان ملیت‌ها شبانه روزی پیهم مبارزه نمود و ایستادگی کرد. طرح‌های روشنی برای آینده ملت ما و در جامعه با هم برادرانه زیست آن مفید بود بیرون داد. متاسفانه با هزارها و صدها و دهها نیرنگ و حیله از طرف دشمنان ملت مردم ما بالاخره مزاری شهید به دست همین قاتلان طالبان قبیله گرا به شهادت رسید. روحش شاد، یادش گرامی باد. طالبان، گروه طالبان یک تشکل، یک تشکیل سیاسی هرگز نیست. گروه طالبان برعکس یک تشکیل مطلقاً قوی هست که با همدستی و همکاری پشتیبانی کشورها و استخبارات خارجی به قدرت رسانیده شده. 4 سال هست متداوم آزادی ها، حقوق شهروندی، همه هستی ملت، زن و مرد کشور ما را پایمال میکنه، ستم میکنه. قدرت سیاسی و ثروت ملی دقیقاً بعد از انحصار یک گروه، یک قوم باید بیرون رانده شود و از طریق یک رفراندوم عمومی، از طریق یک مکانیزم قانونمند و از طریق اراده عمومی مردم کشور ما مساویانه قدرت سیاسی و ثروت ملی به مردم ما تقسیم شود تا استبداد سیاسی و فاجعه اجتماعی صورت نگیرد. مردم ما برادران شما هوشیار باشید. در این اواخر شما میشنوید از طریق میدیا که طالبان با اندیشه های تفکری و تروریستی که استبداد و ظلم و هر چیزی که در جریان 4 سال روی مردم ما و بستن، کشتن و کوچاندن هیچ مشروعیت، کوچکترین مشروعیت سیاسی به دست نیاوردن. حالا شعار لوی جرگه را بالا کردن. حالا میخواین جنابان از طریق لوی جرگه مشروعیت به دست بیارن. در این مطمئن شدن که قدرت و زوال در حال زوال از رو و نابودی هست، از بین رفتن از حال چال و نیرنگ دیگری را از گذشته هایشان یاد گرفتن. میخواهند از طریق لوی جرگه مشروعیت دست باید تذکر داد. همگی ما شما میدانیم در گذشته و حالا لوی جرگه هیچ گونه مشروعیت قانونی ندارد. لوی جرگه یک مرجع قانونمند نیست و از طریق لوی جرگه اراده و منافع مردم ما هرگز تمثیل نشدن، نمیشوند. از طریق فیصله های لوی جرگه منافع مردم ما چپاول زده شده، کمین زده شده، منافع مردم ما زیر پا گذاشته شده. یک گروه از دزدان سیاسی و تقدیر ملت سیاسی ما حاکم گردانیده شده که استبداد، فاجعه، ناامنی، قتل، کشتار تا به این روز ادامه دارد. حالا طالبان همین کار را میخواهند بکنند که هرگز امکان ناپذیر است. یک ادعا بدیل و الترناتیف های دیگری را که هیچ گونه ربط پیوندی به مردم و به منافع مردم ما ندارن پیشکش میکنند. الترناتیو بدیل بعد از این در نظام سیاسی آینده افغانستان، ملت افغانستان همه مردم افغانستان بوده باشند. هیچ راه دیگری وجود ندارد که تا بحران افغانستان حل شود بجز مردم، ملت، همه اقشار جامعه در قدرت سیاسی آینده، در تشکیل نظام سیاسی آینده همه مردم ما به طور مستقل اعمال قدرت نماید. به همین خاطر برادران عزیز، خواهران عزیز، شما هوشیارانه در به خاطر مسیر پیمودن سیاسی آینده مشارکت و به خاطر تشکیل یک نظام سیاسی مشارکت سهمتان رو متحد و برادرانه آگاه و هوشیار باشید. تشکر از شما، سلامت باشید.
هر لحظه در برابر من میشوی شهید، هر روز تکه تکه شده تازه میشوی، در خلق بیش و بیشتر آوازه میشوی. روحی تو چشمه ایست که در خاک جاری است، روحی که خاک در جریانش بهاری است. تو کیستی؟ تو کیستی که وسوسه های نگاه تو چون آسمان در آینه و آب جاری است. با تشکر از استاد عزیز، در این لحظه دعوت میکنم از آقای صمدعلی جمال که تشریف بیارن و ایراد صحبت کنن.
عرض سلام و ادب دارم. قبولی تمام ایرادات خوشنگروی تیوی شهدا و خاصا سالار شهیدان حضرت ابو عبدالله حسین علیه السلام و یاران پاکبازش و شهدای گلگون کفن میهن عزیزمون افغانستان و خاصا روح خوشنودی روح سالار شهدای غرب کابل استاد شهید عبدالعلی مزاری و یاران صدیقش صلوات بلند مرحمت کنید. اعوذ بالله من الشیطان الرجیم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. الحمد لله رب العالمین و الصلاة والسلام علی سید المرسلین محمد و آله الطاهرین. و بعد قال الله تبارک و تعالی ان الله لا یغیر ما بقوم حتی یغیروا ما بانفسهم. خداوند در این آیه بسیار کوتاه میخواهد بفرماید که خداوند هیچگاه در تغییر سرنوشت ملت کار ندارد. تو را آفرید موجود آزاد، موجود مختار و تقدیر و سرنوشتت را به دست خودت گذاشت. حتی یغیروا ما بانفسهم، مگر اینکه خود مردم، خود ملت، خود جامعه بشری بر سرنوشتشان حاکم باشند و سرنوشتشان را خود با دست خود رقم بزنند. از تفسیر آیه میگذریم تا 10 دقیقه وقتی که برایم تعیین شده است به اصل موضوع میپردازم. علامه اقبال لاهوری چی دیبا فرمود؟ خدا آن ملتی را سروری داد، خدا آن ملت را سروری داد که تقدیرش به دستی خویش بنوشت. به آن ملت سر و کار ندارد که دهقانش برای دیگران کشد. خواهران و برادران، دانشمندان، روشنفکران و قلمدستان و اساتید بزرگوار، ما در شرایط بحرانی قرار داریم. ما در وضعیت ناهنجار قرار داریم که دشمن هر لحظه در کمین حزب ماست، ولی این رو باید بدانند و آگاه باشند که هیچ ملیت را حذف کرده نمیتواند، هیچ مذهب را حذف کرده نمیتواند و هیچ مکتب را حذف نمیتواند و هیچ اندیشه را حذف کرده نمیتواند. شهید بزرگوار عبدالعلی مزاری با ریختن قطرات خونش نوشت و ثابت کرد که در ادبیات سیاسی افغانستان، در ادبیات جغرافیایی افغانستان، واژه مقدس هزاره جرم نه، توهین نه، بلکه هویت و افتخار باید باشد. در شرایط قرار داریم که ما ضرورت به همبستگی و همپذیری و تحمل یکدیگر داریم. بدان سان که رهبر شهید عبدالعلی مزاری خودش لقب شهید وحدت ملی را از آن خود کرد، این را کسی برای صدقه و خیرات نداد، او لیاقتش داشت، او ثابت کرد در عمل که وحدت خواه بود. اما بعد از سقوط نظام دکتر مجید، وقتی که نیروهای جهادی و سران جهاد از اطراف و اکناف افغانستان ریختند در کابل، حزب وحدت اسلامی به رهبری عبدالعلی مزاری و بقیه سران حزب وقتی که وارد غرب کابل شدند، شهید مزاری محور قرار گرفت. شهید مزاری کار کرد که همه رو زیر یک سقف و زیر یک شرط گرد آورد. او دست رد به سینه هیچ کسی نداد، او محور شد. اون مردمی که از نظام سابق بود هم در زیر یک سقف قرار داد و دیگران با هم. گرچند شهید مزاری با این کارش با مخالفت جدی قماندانهای نزدیک به خودش و داخل حزب وحدت روبرو شد، ولی مزاری با مدیریتی که داشت، با درایتی که داشت، هر گونه توطئه را خنثی کرد و حق داد برای همه که دیری این واژه مقدس و این شکل مقدس که هزاره هست باید همه جمع شدن و حزب وحدت یگانه پناهگاهی شد برای مردم 300 سال شلاق خورده اجانب و بیگانگان ملیت هزاره و مردم هزاره. ما افتخار داریم که هزاره هستیم. دیگر هزاره بودن جرم نیست در افغانستان، نه در ادبیات سیاسی افغانستان و نه در محدوده های جغرافیایی افغانستان. هزاره هویت ما، هزاره افتخار ما و هیچ کسی را از ما گرفته نمیتواند. ما شاهد انتحارها و انفجارها هم در ساحه ورزش بودیم و هم در کورس های کاج و موعود و کوثری دانش انتحار کردن، گروهک های متحجر زدن، ولی ما دوباره جوان نزدیم، ما از پاه نیفتادیم. چرا شهید مزاری و یارانش برای ما یاد داد سر پایتان بیستید، مبارزه کنید با قلم، با دانش، با سخن، با زبان. این رو ما از میراث مزاری برای ما باقی مانده است. ولی سخنی که ما با شما عزیزان دارم، با شما خواهران و برادران دارم، دشمنان کوردل و خفاشان شب‌پرستی که امروز در افغانستان حاکمند بدانند و بفهمند که مزاری چند تا مجسمه سنگی و چند تا تندیس نیست که با برداشتنش از چوک‌ها و چهارراهی‌ها و چارتوخ‌های شهر کابل و بامیان برداشته شود، فراموش شود. هرگز. این خواب است و خیال است و محال است و جنون. مزاری چند تا سنگ و خشت نیست که با تخریب آرامگاه و قبرش و فراموشی که برده شود. مزاری یک اندیشه هست، مزاری یک مکتب هست، مزاری یک تفکر است. پس امروز ما باید بر این بیندیشیم که در یک کتله واحد و در یک محور و در یک دایره قرار بگیریم. اجازه ندیم برای آنانی که در صدد حد هویتمان باشد. اجازه ندیم برای آنانی که بخواهند به نام این و آن ما را هم دوباره پراکنده بسازند. هزاره دیگر شیعه دوازده امامی ندارد، هزاره دیگر شیعه اسماعیلی ندارد، هزاره دیگر شیعه و سنی ندارد، هزاره یک هزاره هست در زیر یک سقف یک شکار. این هویت ماست، این افتخار ماست. دیگر ما رنج نمیبریم از اینکه مثل گذشته ها ما را هزاره گفته توهین کنند. هزاره هویت ماست، هزاره افتخار ماست. ما از این دو آدرس میتوانیم شناخته شویم و شناخته شدیم. اگر ما را حق میتانستند امیر عبدالرحمن با اون همه صفاکی و قصابتش که 62% مردم هزاره را قتل عام کرد، نابودمان میکرد، حذفمان میکرد. ولی این رو بدانند و بفهمند که این مردم تا پایجان ایستاده است و هر روز سینه به سینه، نسل به نسل اندیشه مزاری، تفکر مزاری، آرمان مزاری و نسل‌های بعدی انتقال می‌یابد و این راه ادامه خواهد داشت. راه عدالت خواهی، راه برابری، راه مساوات برای وحدت ملی. السلام علیکم و رحمت الله و برکاته.